I spent time with the 20-liter Motion backpack from Stubble & Co., and in this video I'll talk about the good, the bad, and who it's for based on my experience. Stubble & Co.'s bag lineup has generally had the same aesthetic and materials. It's waterproof TPU, roll tops, classic backpacks, and travel bags that lean more towards padding. But these Motion bags are nothing like that. There is a Motion tote and 2 slings, but the backpack worked the best for me, and I used it for biking, hiking, and also some everyday carry, and these 3 use cases are very relevant later in the video. And here's some stats. The pack's designed to be outdoorsy and lightweight with a runner's backpack / runner's vest type of strap design, and I'll say it right away, this backpack is, I think, for a niche audience. At $175 US, it is not cheap. Almost any outdoor company, Osprey, Deuter, Eagle Creek, John G., etc., all have similar-ish style packs at much lower prices. However, this Motion pack is also not strictly an outdoor pack. It's a legitimate hybrid pack, being good for outdoor and for daily use, and I think that's where the value lies. There isn't really anything like it on the market that I've seen. Starting with the outside, I liked the harness system and the looks, but the strap pockets were not too great. Everything interesting about the pack is on this side, so it's clearly a day pack runner's vest style. The back panel is this really thick, kind of 3D mesh-coated foam style, which was really breathable. I live in a warmer area, so I usually look for breathability, probably more than people in other climates. On the bottom, there's a hideaway hip strap, which is interesting. It hides into the bottle pocket side instead of across the back panel like pretty much every other pack. Overall, I guess I preferred this style because I've sometimes been able to feel the buckle underneath the back panel for the packs that do that. But I guess the downside of this style, packing into the bottle pockets, is that it does eat up a little bit of volume in the pockets. Not a huge deal, as even when they were stowed, they do stretch and we're able to fit a 32-ounce bottle. And the straps are really good. I think these are probably the defining feature. It's a runner's backpack, runner's vest style. There's perforated padding and breathable mesh that's all really well padded, and it gets wider to accommodate for those pockets, whereas most backpack straps either stay the same width or they get narrower as you go down. And they were incredibly comfortable, as good as any outdoor pack that I've used, and better than probably every regular 20-liter EDC pack. These pockets themselves, though, not the greatest. I didn't really use them much at all. The foam pocket wasn't great. It's advertised as fitting an iPhone 17 Pro, but that's basically without the case. It barely fit my iPhone 16 Pro with a case, and it wasn't as super smooth to use. And it also just straight up didn't fit max-size iPhones. I've tried a handful of bags with these phone pockets on the straps, and not one of them were large enough to conveniently fit a phone. And I don't know why companies don't fix this. They only comfortably fit a phone without a case, but okay, if we eliminate all people who use phone cases, which is pretty much everyone, plus eliminate all the people who use larger phones, you're left with 2% of the population that can actually use this pocket for a phone. So it's really odd. But it did work much better for a glasses case. The other side had a small AirPod-sized pocket, and that I did find pretty useful. And a sideways pocket that, again, I don't know what it's for because it only fits small items, but the small items can kind of fall out because there's no zipper. I guess I used the pockets because they were there, but even if they weren't, the straps were still great because of this wide part. It was really comfortable because I was able to tighten them really tight and have the pack not be uncomfortable or digging into my body versus a thinner strap. On the sides, there's these hidden internal compression straps. Pretty cool. I haven't seen that before. And again, taking from a running pack to help reduce the floppy slack of a backpack. I've seen this done on other packs with bungee cords or exposed straps, but I think this is a pretty clean solution. And this is the charcoal gray color. The material is 420D and 600D recycled nylon. Very typical of an outdoor pack to reduce weight. And I also think this pack looks pretty great for an outdoor pack. It has a stretch pocket with a buckle on the front, and these pockets are really useful. I've used them on a lot of outdoor packs as well as the very popular Air Go Pack 2 and Matador's travel backpacks. These pockets are always good because they give a large amount of, we'll call it optional volume, because it's flat and hidden when you don't use it, but it can fit a good amount, like a t-shirt or two or a hat. There's also a bike light attachment on the bottom, carry handle on top, and my personal favorite, the looped zipper pulls. Moving inside the pack, I liked the tech protection and organization, and I disliked nothing really. For being a lightweight outdoor pack, the interior design is way above average. So there's a quick access pocket on the front with 2 mesh pockets that are a bit shallow. The main area gives access to about 18 liters of volume and also has 2 mesh pockets here. All pretty standard, but what really impressed me and worked for me was the laptop sleeve. Being an outdoor-inspired pack, it can be used for a hydration pack with dual hose pass-through, but I mean, it's a legit laptop sleeve that fits a 17-inch laptop. It actually has some thick padding here, and it's also padded on the back side with the super thick back panel. Plus, it has like a 2-inch false bottom to protect from drops. The pack also does have this dedicated zipper to access the laptop area, but I didn't find this too useful because I could just get to here with the main zipper. So I ended up taking off the zipper pull and leaving this permanently closed. And this tech protection brings me to probably the most important point of the video. Who is this pack for? Like I said up top, I think this is a niche backpack. A hybrid outdoor/EDC pack priced at $175. If it was priced at $110, different story, and I'd recommend it to everyone, but it's not. Hybrid packs are kind of tricky. They're a jack of all trades, master of none sort of deal, and it depends which you want. You could argue that it's not as lightweight as a true runner's backpack, and it's too expensive to be a regular outdoor pack. And to that, I'd say, stop complaining. No bag's perfect. But you would be right. On the other hand, I thoroughly enjoyed this, like when I rode my bike is probably the best use case. It has all the features and comfort of a legit outdoor pack, but it looks subtle enough to wear every day and has actual tech protection. I'm not a bike commuter, but this would be the perfect biking pack where you'd want something lightweight and maybe actually use the pockets on the straps. But you're still definitely carrying a laptop or some sort of tech. So that tech protection is usually what's missing on outdoor packs. And just for the sheer comfort of the pack, I also used it to hike and take walks to the park with my family. And it was just a great on-the-go pack. It's just priced at a premium. Anyways, comment below if you want a response. Let's talk and subscribe for new videos on Sundays. Thanks.